So we've had a look at semiquavers and talked about how to count them, but it's really important to know what do they sound like when you hear them in music. So I've got on the computer here a couple of drum loops that I've set up so we can have a bit of a listen to what it sounds like. Now we'll start off with, if we have a listen to this, I'll just play a click track for you. So all you're going to hear is just a click track. Now that's at 70 odd beats per minute. So you're hearing an accent on the first beat there. So it's like we're in 4/4 here. So you count it 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I put on a drum beat that just follows those crotchets, this is what that would sound like. So I'll just switch that over to just the drum beat. So you can hear playing along with that, you can hear kick, snare and hi-hat on a usual drum pattern. So I'll turn off the click so you're just hearing the drums. So that's a very basic drum pattern for a drummer. Now on that you'd be counting that going, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll turn it into on the hi-hat, so that's the cymbals that are clamped together where you hear the t t t sound. We'll make that into quavers. So this is what quavers would sound like if it was on that same drum beat. So here we go. Okay, so as you're hearing that, you want to be counting the hi-hat to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, now that's just quavers on the hi-hat. The kick and snare part in there was still the same. Kick on the first beat, snare on the second, kick on the third, snare on the fourth. Let's change it so the hi-hats are now doing semiquavers. So that's going to sound like this. Okay, so now we're going to count that. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Now, the great way about reason for counting at 1E and a 2E and a, it's pretty easy to count it quickly. So if I knock the tempo up to, say, about 100 beats a minute, somewhere around that sort of speed, you hear a bit of pace more there. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So you can still count that out and get a feel for it. Alright, so that's how semiquavers are going to sound in a piece of music. Now the challenging thing is we're not always going to play all of them. So you're not going to fit 4 per beat. There's so many different combinations. So in the videos to come we're going to break it down into the most common combinations you're going to see. So that's what we need to be able to do with semiquavers. And we want to be able to count them and know what they feel like as well. So let's get into those videos.